once a time in your prime. Then you people call, say beware doll, you're bound to fall. You thought they were all kidding you. You used to laugh about everybody that was
Cheers.
hanging out. Now you don't talk so loud.
Give us a hand if you like.
Now you don't seem so proud about having to be scrounged.
Where'd you find him then?
Bit young for you, isn't he?
Your mummy's very rude. Do you know that, Phil?
No, put an ad in the paper. Oscar wanted to go on his golfing trip to Scotland, so I thought it's about time we got a nice young lad to help with all the heavy stuff round here.
What do you make of the new barman then, eh, Dawn?
Yeah, he seems all right.
Well, I'm gonna write a little letter, I'm gonna mail it to my local DJ. Yeah, this is a jumping little record I want my jockey to play.
Harry! Harry!
Just get us out of here, will you?
Are you hurt, Mr. Bright? Do we need an ambulance?
No, I'm just stuck fast.
Look, between us, we can probably shift it enough to pull him free.
Well, let's get on with it then.
All right, on my count. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, are you free?
I am all right.
So what happened?
The steering went, just like that. Not I could do.
I better take a look.
No, you're all right. It's probably my fault. It's overdue for a service.
Harry, what if...
Rolls lead it.
Well, PC Weatherby will give you a lift back to the house. I'll just give this the once over. Okay, follow me.
Slow down, will ya?
What? It can't keep up.
Look, Billy, I could really do what you out there serving. I've got the wake, the lunchtime regulars, and I've only got one pair of hands.
Oh, sorry, boss.
Well, you two seem to be hitting it off.
I reckon someone's taken a hacksaw to your steering rods, Mr. Brown.
Look, I don't want any fuss.
Fuss? If this was deliberate...
It's a heap of junk, that tractor. The rod's probably just rusted through and snapped.
Mr. Brown, if someone's got it in for you, then I think you should tell us.
Look, I'm grateful for your help, but with an accident, pure and simple.
Come on, man, what are you scared of?
I'm not scared of anything or anyone, Constable. You're just barking up the wrong tree, OK?
Then you won't mind if we have your tractor examined, just as a precaution.
Port and lemon for you, look.
So, where were the relatives?
New Zealand. None of them felt able to make the journey, so I'm pretty much lumbered as sole executor. Just one more whiskey, Mac, and I think we're done. I want to have one yourself.
It's old Mrs. Brooks, wasn't it? Oh, a sad loss.
Whatever Peggy's drinking.
Just a small brandy, please, just to pay me respects. You'll be wanting the house cleared, I suppose.
Peggy, if you're touting for business, you should remember that I'm pretty well acquainted with your tricks.
Yeah, well, I couldn't help overhearing. Sole executor. Now, I wouldn't have thought that a busy and important solicitor like you would want to waste their time sifting through a house full of old toot.
The place is a mess. Yes. Lived there for 50 years, never threw anything out.
Oh, I was hoping to put the property on the market by the end of the month.
Now, I can offer you a fast turnaround at a very reasonable rate.
How reasonable?
I think there's someone cut his steering rods, but he's unwilling to cooperate.
Sounds like Harry Brown all over.
Do you know of anyone that could have had it in for him?
That's easy. Finest sheep farmer in the district.
He's upset everyone.
More or less. It's difficult to keep track of sheep on open moorland. As a result, bad practices do go on. And Harry Brown, he's a past master.
What sort of practices? He's been accused of all sorts by the other farmers. Secretly borrowing their prize rams to tup his ewes, nicking unmarked newborn lambs and passing them off as his own.
That hardly justifies cutting his steering rods. The man might have been killed.
According to Lord Ashfordley, it's tribal too. Harry Brown's an incomer. He's only been here 5 years, and he comes from the other side of the Pennines.
Do you reckon Brown knows who did this?
Probably, but he won't say.
We'll soon see about that.
Nice bike.
Yeah, I think so.
You seem to spend a lot of time on it.
Yeah, well, you love something, you take care of it. Fancy a spin?
Yeah.
Raindrops keep falling on the hill, but that doesn't mean my eyes will soon be turning red. Cry is not for me, 'cause I'm never gonna stop the rain by complaining, because I'm free. Nothing's worrying me.
How you've got the bare-faced cheek.
You say what you
over
like to me,
here.
but not to me mother.
Oh, come on, Ted. Harry never meant to insult your mother.
Who was that?
It were nothing.
Looked like a row to me.
Personal matter. He's a neighbour.
Invite the officers in, Harry. I'll put kettle on.
That's very kind of you, Mrs. Brown, but we'll not be stopping. If you know or suspect who might have sabotaged your tractor, I want to know about it.
I've told him, and I'm telling you, it were an accident.
You've a wife and children to consider, Harry.
And I do consider him. Every minute of every day. Do you know how hard it is to make a living out of a farm like this? OK, so sometimes I might cut a few corners, but so does every other sheep farm around here.
All the more reason to let us deal with this. I'll be sending someone round to look at your tractor.
Well, you're too late. I've already stripped it down.
Right. I'm putting you on a warning. Don't even think of retaliation, because the last thing your family needs now is for you to end up in jail, and you will. Understand me?
He understands, Sergeant. There won't be any more trouble. I promise you.
That was great.
Well, maybe we can do it again sometime.
Are you asking me out on a date?
Well, if I was, what would you say?
You look like you've had a good time.
You're Harry Brown's neighbour, aren't you? I'm PC Mason. What was the row about?
Not really.
Harry had an accident on his tractor. Do you know anything about that?
No.
Rows can get out of hand. This one wants a lid putting on it, right now.
Try telling him that.
I'm telling you, Mr. Openshaw. And if we find out that that tractor was sabotaged, we'll be looking to make an arrest.
Go on, you stupid face! Anyone's come snooping round here, lad, you bite him. Come on, love. We're having a day out. Let's forget about the rest of it.
To Mower Meadow, one man and his dog Skip went to Mower Meadow.
One man went to Mower Meadow. One man and
What's wrong? It's the brakes! Hang on tight!
Hold on tight like your dad says.
Try and keep still, Rose. You've had a nasty bang to the head.
There's brake fluid everywhere. This was deliberate, Harry.
Damn him! Damn him to hell! I married a Yorkshire lass, isn't that enough for him? Ever since I come here, it's been the cold shoulder. They're small-minded and bigoted, the lot of them!
Harry, let the police sort this out.
I'll go with her to the hospital.
So who did it?
I don't know for sure who did it. Could be any one of them. But I do know they want to drive me out. They're like a gang and they stick together.
Is Ted Openshaw part of this?
Oh, aye. But he just does what his mother tells him. The Openshaws have farmed here for generations. And it seems to be the only thing that gives you clout round here.
I'm gonna jump down, turn around, pick a bit of cotton. I'm gonna jump down, turn around, pick a bit of it. Jump down, turn around, pick a bit of cotton.
I think it's got loads of potential. Once it's cleared out, coat of paint, I think it'll fetch a good price. Well, I want a full inventory. Everything of value must be labelled so it can go to the sale room.
Ronnie, most of this is rubbish.
Yeah, and some of it's rotting. Get some soap and water to that, give it a good scrub, it might turn out to be Capodimonte.
Yeah, and it might not.
I know your game, Peggy. You plan to pick out the good stuff and sell it off on the side. Well, I won't have it.
You want this place cleared, or what?
Yeah, of course I do.
Hey, come on, you. Should be bottling up, not lazing around here drinking tea.
Since when were you the boss? I thought I was working for Gina, not you.
Pardon me for breathing.
Dawn, I'm sorry.
No, you're right. I'm not your boss. You can do what you like.
I'm sorry.
What's up?
Today's my mum's birthday. Would have been.
You mean she's dead?
3 months ago.
I'm sorry, Billy. What happened?
Cancer. I nursed her up to the end. Watched her go.
Oh, Billy.
This is Openshaw. My name's Sergeant Miller. This is PC Mason.
Come about his Nibs tractor, have you? Well, it's naught to do with us.
Harry Brown had an accident in his Land Rover this morning. His wife is in hospital.
Someone drained his brake fluid.
Is Rose all right?
She sustained a nasty bang to the head.
We went to see Harry Brown yesterday and found him having a row with your son.
Well, there's no novelty in that. Harry Brown rows with most of his neighbours most of the time. Ted? Ted? Well, you can ask him what you like, Sergeant. It's nothing to do with us.
Can you tell us where you were yesterday evening, Mr. Openshaw?
Why should I?
Well, that's easy. He were with me.
Here, presumably?
No, we went to Whitby. Did a bit of shopping, had a fish tea, come home about 10.
Is this true, Mr. Openshaw?
Aye.
Right then. 2 piles. Rubbish and stuff that might be valuable.
Well, that goes on Mr. Smeathers' list.
No. Nothing goes on that list until I've seen it. Any really good stuff you can set aside. These medals are rubbish.
Hang on. Hey, you not living on your own, are you? It's just that this house, it's a bit...
Oh, don't be such a big girl's blouse. No, I've got to go and see old Fred Armitage. Find a buyer for this furniture. I plan to make a tidy profit here.
These are all the sheep farmers in the district.
I see you've put Molly Openshaw on top of the list.
Her late husband was widely respected, often acted as spokesman for the rest. She's more or less inherited that mantle.
What do you make of the son?
Not a lot. Morose fellow. Too much under his mother's thumb, if you ask me.
Well, we'll speak to them all, see what they have to say for themselves.
You know, Miller, to some extent, Harry Brown's the author of his own misfortune. He's pulled some strokes, and if there'd been any proof against him, I'd have evicted him.
This isn't a straightforward matter, I can see that. But the Browns could have been killed. We could be talking attempted murder here.
I appreciate that. And if there's anything else I can do.
Thank you, my lord. Right, you lot. You better start knocking on some doors.
Sarge?
Don't stop what you're doing. Oh, no. A little bird just flew.
Not exactly pulling your weight, are you?
Take my hand. Take me to a promised land.
Go on, you're the guard dog.
Is anybody there?
Mr. Smathers!
Peggy's just left you to it, hasn't she? I thought as much.
Oh, no, she's just gone to see...
David, you're an honest lad, and I'm counting on you. Anything of value, I get to see it first. You got that?
Yeah.
She brought me up on her own. Wasn't tall, I was. Never had much.
Well, what about your dad?
Dumped her flat before I was born. It was only ever the two of us.
You must really miss her.
Yeah, well, I don't want to think about it anymore today. She wanted me to be happy. And here I am with a beautiful girl. You're the best thing that's happened to me in a long while, you know. I mean it.
I pedalled miles. The chain came off twice. Most of these farms are in the back of beyond, aren't they?
Did you get anything?
Yes, muddy and wet.
What is it with these sheep farmers? Half of them can't speak. It's just, oh, I, or,
Well, at least you're in a car.
Well, what do they have to say for themselves?
No one makes any bones about disliking Harry Brown, but they all deny touching his tractor or Land Rover. Swear they know nothing about it.
or they just grunt and swear.
At least now they know we're taking it seriously.
What about Ted Openshaw? His mother says that they were in Whitby, but I saw him that afternoon herding sheep.
Could have gone later.
She's covering for him.
Well, given what Ashford said about Molly Openshaw, she could be the ringleader.
So you think that Brown's right and they all ganged up to get rid of him?
I do. I think it's time we banged some heads together.
Right, as I am sure we're all aware, there have been a number of problems between neighbouring farmers.
There's only one problem here, my lord, and he's sitting right there.
Right, yeah.
Evict him, and you've solved your problem.
What right have you to deprive me of my livelihood?
I am not here to talk about eviction.
All right.
Yeah, that's right.
Listen to me. Someone drained the brake fluid from Harry Brown's Land Rover. Him, his wife, and his two little girls could have been killed. Now that's attempted murder. Now no one has the right to take the law into their own hands. No one. And you better take what I'm saying seriously. We'll all be going to jail. Do I make myself clear?
Sergeant, there's no one here who'd put two little girls' lives at risk, no matter what kind of villain their father is.
My wife's in hospital because of you lot, and you call me the villain? It's no good you standing there spouting. You should be arresting the lot of them.
Calm down, Harry.
What you looking at?
He's not looking at anyone, Harry. Leave him alone. Take no notice.
I mean, where is she?
It's only got to see Fred Armitage. How can that take all day?
Oh, heck. What am I going to do with that?
You might wake up some morning to the sound of something moving past your window in the wind. And if you're quick enough to rise, you'll catch the fleeting glimpse of someone's fading shadow out on the new horizon.
There. Heck!
Oh, good. What have you got there?
Oh, found it at the cottage yesterday. I think we should give it to Mr. Smethers.
There must be more than 50 quid here. Well done, lad.
Yeah, well, that money belongs to the old lady. Just give it to Mr. Smethers, eh?
David, her relish couldn't be bothered to come over here and give her a decent send-off. And if we give it to Ronnie Smethers, it'll end up in his pocket.
Well, yeah.
No, you did the right thing.
You know, I don't want to go back there. There's something funny about that place.
Oh, now, don't be so daft. Come on, how about a nice fried breakfast? That'll set you up.
I were in the yard. I saw him. Bold as brass, he just strolled up and shot him.
You let me deal with this, OK?
No, he's not the only one with a gun.
Is that what's next, Ted? You nobble his Land Rover, now you're going to shoot him?
Ted's done now. He was with me, all right?
So you say, Mrs. Openshaw?
Are you calling me a liar, Constable?
I'm warning you that if you retaliate, you'll both be under lock and key. Now, you leave this to me.
Sit down. And then I suggest you tell us what the bloody hell you think you're playing at.
I shot a couple of sheep. So what? My wife's in hospital with a suspected skull fracture. And what have you lot done about it, eh? Giving the culprits a cosy little lecture.
There is the small question of evidence. You haven't exactly given us your full cooperation.
I can fight my own battles.
Yes, that's what you do, isn't it? Pick another quarrel, up the ante a bit, all over a few rotten sheep.
Well, tell that to Molly Openshaw. And her pals. I never started any of this.
I don't care who started it. I'm finishing it. Now, I'm issuing you with a formal caution. Any more trouble, I'll lock you all up. And you can pay the Openshaws for those 2 sheep.
That's it, then.
I mean it, Brown. Don't push your luck.
Maybe I should talk to his wife, see if she can talk some sense into him.
Somebody needs to. I'm beginning to think that Ashford is right. He's his own worst enemy.
Mr. Smethers? Mr. Smethers, is that you?
Just take care of yourself, love.
Mrs. Openshaw?
I just popped in to see how Rose was doing. No law against that, is there?
None at all. I'm just glad to see you both talking.
We've never not been talking. It's these men.
Like lads in a schoolyard, more like.
Dangerous lads, though, when they start draining brake fluid and causing accidents.
My Ted would never have done out like that.
Who are you trying to convince, yourself or us?
I know my own son.
And if he really was with you in Whitby, like you said, then you'd know for certain. But you don't, do you, Molly?
I've got to go. Take care.
She told me about the sheep. I need to get home. I've got to keep an eye on Harry.
You should talk to him, Rose. Calm him down.
I know. And I will.
taking me for a spin later then?
Now we're joined at the hip, are we?
No. I'll leave you to it. Sorry I bothered you.
Any fool could cut the steering rods on a tractor.
But draining the brake fluid on a Land Rover, that's more complicated.
Were you aware Ted Openshaw did a motor mechanic's apprenticeship?
No, I wasn't.
He worked in a garage in Elsonby. Then when his dad died, he went back to the farm.
So he definitely knows more about cars than your average sheep farmer. Thanks, Bernie.
Is that David here? David? David! What are you doing here? We're supposed to be clearing out Mrs. Brooks's place.
I can't do it. I just can't.
What?
That place is haunted. It's all your fault.
How can it be my fault?
Because you stole her money. And she's very upset.
David, she's dead. And we've got work to do.
But I'm not going back there. I'm not.
All right. All right. I'll give the tin to Ronnie.
Do you mean that?
Well, I said I would, didn't I? That way Aurelis will get her money and she won't be upset anymore. Now, does that satisfy you? Right, come on.
Don't go, sweetie. Billy was really quiet this morning. Have you and him fallen out?
No, I think he's just got a lot on his mind, that's all.
Well, I never really took him for the moody sort, but he certainly seems to go up and down with the tide.
You do realise he's lost his mum? She died from cancer a few months back. I don't think he's got over it.
Oh, I see. He never mentioned it.
But it's not his fault, Gina. I think he's trying, but it's just getting the better of him, that's all.
Well, you've obviously got to know him a lot better than me.
So, you got something special for me, then?
I think you are going to be dead pleased. No, go back inside, David. We don't want Ronnie to think we're slacking. This place has to be cleared by the end of the week.
Certainly does, because I booked a decorator.
Oh.
You brought me out here for a load of old medals? I'm a busy man, Peggy.
I hear you're a fair mechanic, Ted.
Been doing some detective work, have you, Jock? I'm a mechanic, so it must be me.
Less of the jock, if you don't mind.
That's what you are, aren't it?
And outsiders bother you, don't they, Ted?
People are better sticking to their own place.
Is that why you hate Harry Brown?
It's why Yorkshire folk should have Yorkshire coppers, Jock.
I'm a Yorkshire copper, born and bred, so you can answer me.
What the blazes is going on?
Your son doesn't want to answer our questions, so we're thinking of taking him down the nick.
This is harassment.
No, this is us trying to get to the truth, Molly. We won't rest until we do.
Ted's done nowt. He was with me. And I'll say so to the bench if I have to.
Well, you may have to. And if you lie, that'll be perjury. You need to think about that.
If you just tell
Just
me...
leave it, ma'am.
All right.
Yeah.
Where is he, eh? I want to see him right now.
What's going on, Harry?
I said, where is he?
Well, he's not here. He's gone out.
Not hide behind your skirts this time.
What's he done?
Just because I shot a couple of sheep doesn't mean say he can walk into my house and steal my gun.
Ted wouldn't do that.
Tit for tat. That's your Ted all over, and you know it. And this time he's going to get more than he bargained for. And I don't care if I go to jail for it.
Harry, wait up.
Look, sorry I've been a bit...
No, you've got a lot on your plate. I can see that. It's fine.
I really like you. And that was never part of the plan.
What plan?
You're a very special girl. One would have approved.
Look, Billy.
It's all right, Mrs. Brooks. Mr. Smethurst has got your money now.
Tifa?
Mrs. Openshaw. Come in.
You've got to do something. Harry Brown's run mad. And if he gets hold of my Ted, there's bound to be bloodshed.
Where is Ted?
I don't know. He goes off. I don't know where. Harry reckons Ted's stolen his shotgun.
Has he?
No. I don't know. He's not a bad lad, Constable Mason, but he keeps himself to himself, always has.
Was he really with you in Whitby, like you said?
No. But he'd never hurt Rose and the girls.
Maybe he thought that Harry had been the Land Rover by himself.
You've got to stop this before somebody gets killed.
I'll go over to Harry's.
Now, I'll not be long. You have to take it easy. Follow the hospital's instructions.
And you're going to follow my instructions, Harry Brown, and stay here.
Ted Openshaw's stolen my gun. I'm just going to go and have a word with him.
Not tonight. It'll keep.
Aye, well. Maybe.
Daddy! Daddy! Quick!
What's up?
The outhouse is on fire!
Harry! Harry, no! Go! More water, quickly! For God's sake! Please, help us! My husband's in there! He went in after the dog! Go inside now, girls! Go on! Now! Harry, all right?
Fire brigade's on its way.
We were lucky. The lad appeared from nowhere and got Harry out.
Did you know him?
I think I've seen him in village. Good looking, rides a motorcycle.
That sounds like the new barman in the pub.
This whole thing has got totally out of hand.
Found this in the long grass round the back, Sarge.
Right. Find Ted Openshaw. Bring him in for questioning.
Right, Sarge.
I've had enough of this. I've given the money to Ronnie. What more can I do?
Oh, I don't know.
This is ridiculous, this is.
Look! There is an angry ghost in that house. It's chased Tifa down. Look, if you don't believe me, why don't you go and look yourself?
What are you doing?
It's time I moved on.
Because of us?
No. No, Dawn, look, it's got nothing to do with us. I like you. I really do.
Have you told Gina?
No. I need to,
Tom,
but
what has happened, Billy? You can't just leave without giving any notice.
I've made a mess of everything. And worse than that, I've let my mum down.
No, you haven't. You did your best for her.
I didn't. You don't know the half of it.
Stop, Billy. Will you sit down with me?
I don't know out about any fire. Went over to Helstonby about 4 for a darts match. We're in pub all evening.
4? Funny time for a darts match.
Okay. I've been seeing this girl.
Does she have a name?
Sheila. The thing is, she's got a kiddie, not been married, and my mum, she wants to prove of it.
And you were with this girl?
Well, I see her as often as I can. I ain't got much, so I take him out, treat him.
You better write down her full name and address so we can check it out.
You gonna tell me, Mum?
Just having the one lad, I don't know what I've done wrong.
Probably nothing. Another cuppa.
Right. He's free to go.
It's not him, then?
No.
Where the hell were you, then?
Oh, Mum, let's just go. I'll tell you later.
Tell me what? You were the death of me, Ted Openshaw.
Oh, come on, Mum.
I almost feel sorry for him.
This lad that rescued Harry from the fire, he's certainly an important witness.
It could be the new barman from the pub. He's got a motorbike.
Track him down.
Stay for now. Don't decide anything in a rush. Give yourself time to calm down.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know what you must think of me. All this carrying on.
I better get on.
Hey, don't say anything to Gina.
Of course not. I never knew you had a gun.
You live in the country, you should learn to shoot.
David, you go in.
There's something up there.
Becky.
David, come and have a look. Oh. There's your ghost. She was just protecting her young.
I were hoping to see your lad. Billy, is it?
Dawn, give him a shout.
It's me. There's some bloke downstairs that wants to see you. Sheep farmer guy.
Yeah, I know, I just saw him drive up. I can't talk to him now. Could you just tell him I've gone out? Oh, please. It's sort of embarrassing.
Just stay in your room.
You were so lucky he was passing by, eh?
Aye, I know.
Billy saved his life, rescued him from a fire.
Fire? What fire?
Last night, the outhouse were ablaze. Dad came in and pulled me out. I'd have been dead if it weren't for him. And he just disappeared into thin air.
Harry wants to thank him.
Aye.
Why don't you just go on up, Harry?
Oh, right. Thanks.
Done?
Gina said I could come up now. I hope you don't. That's my gun. Where did you get it?
I should have let you burn. That was the plan.
Now give me that gun.
No.
It was Harry Brown that told us about the fire.
But Billy said nothing to you.
What was that?
Billy's got a gun.
Stay here. Call the station for backup.
Billy! It's Joe Mason!
Leave me alone.
You could have killed me!
Billy, just put the gun down.
Next one's going straight through his head.
Look, you're not a killer, Billy. You set that fire, but you couldn't go through with it, could you?
He's the killer.
I've never killed anyone!
Yes, you have. Stella Garrett. Don't you even remember her name?
Stella Garrett?
You got her pregnant and dumped her flat.
I haven't seen her for nigh on 20 years! She never told me she was pregnant.
You're a liar. You left her. And all her life she struggled. She was my mother. I watched her die.
You're Stella's son?
She died. I'm not going to lose my bottle this time.
Billy, look, she wouldn't want this. You pulled him out of that fire. That was the right thing to do.
No, it wasn't.
She never even told me she was pregnant.
I owe you an apology, Peggy. You were right about those medals.
Medals?
In the tin. I had them valued. They were all pretty worthless except one. Apparently, old Mrs. Brooks's husband won a Victoria Cross. I'm sending it to London to be auctioned. Should fetch a tidy sum. You all right, Peggy? You look like you've seen a ghost.
Shoodle bee, shoodle wasp, shoodle wow.
I'll be outside.
I came to Aidensfield to settle with him. I never meant to get involved with anyone.
Did it mean anything to you then? You and me?
It's all just turned out a mess.
You'll be up before the bench in the morning. But Harry's told me he intends to put in a plea of mitigation on your behalf.
Well, what does that mean?
A suspended sentence with a bit of luck.
You've got to believe me, Billy. Your mother never kept in touch. If I'd known about you, I'd have never have left. You're my son. And I need to put things right.
Looks like people are making an effort.
Oh, the wars of the roses are over, Harry.
Yeah, she's right. Time we all learn to be better neighbours.
Is that ever going to work?
Rose Brown is a very determined woman.
Come on, cheer up. It sounds like Billy might settle round here now and farm with his dad. We'll be able to see him then.
No, I don't think so.
Here we are. Come on. The police house certainly needs a cat. And the pub.
Are you giving them away then, Peggy?
£5 bob apiece to cover his expenses. Oh, that one likes you, look. Oh, definitely.
Come here. Who was kissing and cuddling in front of the bus queue?
Only our local Bobby, Joe Mason.
I'd be more than happy to pop round and do a bit of cleaning for you.
The spare bedroom, never used.
Don't want to alarm you, but your post office may be the target for an armed gang.
You're a bit late, darling. We're already here.